Hello, everyone. How you doing? This is Clyde Harden with Harden Enterprise. I want to come real quick on and go live. I'm sorry we went live earlier, but technical difficulties. We was not able to stay live. So I'm giving you a second to jump on. For those who are jumping on with me, I want to go live real quick. This morning on my way home from a project, and I called my wife and told her, "Hey, I want to go live 11:30 so I can share something with those who follow us on YouTube and for those who follow us on Facebook." I want to say, first of all, as we wait for people to jump on, I thank y'all for those who are trusting our journey and using our journey as I would call them, I guess, opportunities for you to avoid landmines, opportunity for you to avoid some of the stress and the struggle that we face. So please use our experiences. Please use our wisdom to help catapult your business. In the entrepreneur world, you got to understand that we are only as strong as our community. And if anybody is trying to keep information to themselves in the entrepreneur world, it's because they haven't been in it long. We do not survive in this world by ourselves. We survive in this world as a family, as a unit. So, real quick, I'm going to jump right into the topic that I wanted to share today. My topic today is for those who are listening to this afterwards or even now, I want you to type in my topic today is trusting God in entrepreneurship. I say again, trusting God in entrepreneurship. The crazy thing is that I've been an entrepreneur now for 3 years, maybe a little longer than 3 years. And even me being a pastor, a bishop for many years now, I literally kept them separate in a sense. I didn't try to get them involved. I didn't try to intermingle them intentionally. But in moving into my faith, my faith journey, my entrepreneurship journey has always been the same. But I see a lot of entrepreneurs who keep them totally separate. Like they just begin to learn how to trust God in their individuality and trusting God in individuality. They never really thought about how can I trust God in my journey for entrepreneurship. So whether they're trying to be individuals, personally, with their family, trusting God, going to church, paying tithes, and all those things, they don't see how they can put them together. So I want to tell you a little bit about our journey and how it is so important to keep God in the forefront. Matter of fact, don't keep God just in the forefront. Keep God in the middle, all the way around it, and do not separate Him from it. So we've been in business now for 3 years. And the whole entire reason we started Harden Enterprise was because God touched our heart and told us to jump in 2020. So I want that to be a highlighting point because we did not start Harden Enterprise because we wanted money. We did not start Harden Enterprise because we wanted a business. We started Harden Enterprise because God touched our heart and told us to jump in 2020. And so for every entrepreneur out there who, for some reason in your heart, you felt very compelled, very pushed to do something outside the box, like your business, or it was something that you were already doing for free, but God touched your heart to convert it to a business, I need to talk to you because we cannot ignore that. That is the reason why you stay going. That's the reason why you don't quit. But not just that. If you give, listen to me, if you give God the steering wheel in the beginning, you don't have to worry about trying to take it over. You don't have to worry about trying to adjust along the way. If you know for a fact in your heart you started your business because you followed God, that is the greatest news of the day. The reason why I'm saying that is this: we've run across some pretty tough situations in this journey of entrepreneurship, and I promise you, and I felt like if I didn't share this, I'm wrong. I promise you, we could not have made it if it wasn't for God. So when we started Hard Enterprise, God told us to jump. In our mind, we thought we was just jumping, to start a business consulting company. And the first opportunity came. Remember that first opportunity came. I didn't ask for. It was an opportunity for us to do construction. Didn't even think about construction. So listen, God told us to go into construction. And me and my wife are going to tell this journey a lot more detailed when we get on her podcast, talk about, from turbulence to where we are now. But we tripped over into construction. Didn't ask for the opportunity. God literally told us to exit off, go do construction, and we did it. And it started evolving. Every opportunity into that journey was always God. God brought the next opportunity. God brought the next relationship. God brought the next test, the next journey. And all we kept doing was learning. Whether it was doing a bathroom, we learned. Whether it was remodeling a kitchen, we learned. And once we got through doing those different, bathrooms, restrooms, roofs, or whatever, God would see that we were ready for the next stage. He'll say, hey, we want you to go repair a whole house. We was ready for the next stage. And God says, I want you to go and then buy a home and remodel it. Every journey we took in our entrepreneur journey was literally because God opened the door and we trusted him and walked in the door. If you are in entrepreneurship and you are taking your journeys, and if you're trying to figure it out the whole time by yourself, it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. Matter of fact, I can't really speak to that because I really never done that. I didn't ask for entrepreneurship. I didn't know where God was going to take us in entrepreneurship, but I cannot continue letting us separate entrepreneurship from our spiritual journey. They are literally one. Matter of fact, I would like to believe they are an extension of who we are. God knew that you had became the best version of you in the journey you were in, whether you was working for a company, whether you were, a stay-home mom, whether you were, have been in different journeys in your life. God knew it's time for you to go into entrepreneurship. And listen to this here. My wife said this, I think she got it from TD Jakes, is that your destiny comes from your daily routines. Everything you did up until this point prepared you to be the entrepreneur you are today. Matter of fact, if God told you to start a business, he wouldn't have told you 6 months ago. He wouldn't have told you 6 years ago because you didn't have the tools, you didn't have the experiences, you didn't have the exposures you needed to succeed. But now you're ready. If God said, start this, if he pushed you to do it, you're ready. But let me tell you a secret. You're ready to start, but you may not be ready to be $1 million business. He's going to use the experiences that you learn along the way to make you prepare for the next size of increase. And then he's going to use those experiences to make you ready for the next size of increase. So many of us are trying to grow too fast, too quick, and we're losing confidence in our entrepreneur journey because what we're trying to do, God opened the door. Now we're trying to break down new doors. If I can say one thing to encourage you today is that, number one, remember, God told you to start. You didn't ask for this. God told you to start. You trusted in this voice or this unction, this instinct thought process to go out there and do something different. Remember, you didn't do that. And that first time someone called you, that second time someone called you, that third time someone called you, all those opportunities was created because God sent them to you. Every lesson you learned, and one day you may have got a phone call from somebody saying, hey, you could do this to grow your business faster. Slow down, don't rush it. I want you to understand you wasn't ready for entrepreneurship before you became an entrepreneur because you didn't have the experiences yet. The moment God knew you were ready, he's touched your heart and say, start your business. Now you're not ready for the level that you haven't arrived to yet because God haven't touched your heart and told you to shift. So what I want to encourage you to tell you is this: trust God in entrepreneurship the same way you trusted God in your life. We didn't go on this fast track to become, who we are today. God took us step by step in your entrepreneur journey. I'm going to tell you, I wish I can break this down more. My wife do a better job of this than I do. And we're going to sit down. We're going to talk about our journey real soon on her podcast. I'm pretty sure she's going to release it on social media. But what I want to tell you today is that you are who you are today. You're doing what you're doing today. Don't try to fast track it. Don't try to start buying your way into the next opportunity. Don't start trying to lie your way into the next opportunity. You remember when before you got into entrepreneurship, remember before you saved, every time you lied your way into something, you manipulated your way into something, you had to finance it. You had to pay the cost. Whether you got a car because you lied on the income, you lost it. Whether you got, a house or apartment because you lied on income, you lost it. The same thing entrepreneurship. We don't need any easy thing. You're gonna grow, and God's gonna advance you by the experience you gain. If you don't have the experience, if you don't have the exposure, he can't trust you because you'll mess your name up if you move into an area too fast. You want to take it slow down, enjoy the journey. I know it gets stressful, but if God told you to start it, God is going to make sure he finances it. And if God finances it, you never have to worry about starting over again. We've been through some hard times. Me and my wife recently came out of one of the toughest months of our life. It was the month of June. We'll never, ever forget June 2023. Never forget June 2023. We have a truck note that God told us to get. Man, that's a whole nother thing. God told us to buy the truck, and he knew the truck was going to cost over $1,000 a month. The insurance costs us around right at $500 a month. And we have staff that looks to get paid. So we have a operational cost. So you're not just saying, oh, we're not getting work because we want extra money. No, we're not getting work. That means we don't have money to pay our bills as a business. The month of June, You look at, let's say, at least $5,000 worth of cost, operational cost per month in that month of June. We were facing, not being able to pay staff. We was facing not being able to pay the truck note. We was facing not being able to pay liability insurance. We were facing not being able to cover our overhead. Only one call in the month of June, I think we may have cleared $50. In that month of June, the first week, it was cute. About 3 days into the second week, we got nervous. By the completion of the second week, no calls. We were both looking at each other, asking ourselves, man, why did we do this? But then we had to remember about middle of the third week that God brought us this far. God brought us all. We're talking about 2.5 years, almost 3 years into entrepreneurship. We never asked for one job. We never asked for one contract. They all came to us. So why in the middle of it, if we didn't actually get this far, why in the middle of it, we think we got to take over? If God brought you this far in your business, God brought you this far in your entrepreneurship, you don't have to, in the middle of it, take over. God brought you this far, he's going to take it all the way. So we started at the final of the week. Now, if we were smart, we would have just relaxed and enjoyed the whole month of June. Say, you know what? God brought us this far. Let's take a vacation. Let's chill. Let's relax until God bring business. We're going to take this break as a opportunity to recharge. We wasted the whole first 3 weeks. It wasn't until the last week of the month. So you know what? God brought us this far. He took care of it this long. We're going to enjoy this season. We didn't know it was going to only be one more week. We're going to enjoy this season until it's over. We trust you, God. We're not going to go make something happen. We're not going to take over the driving wheel. We're going to trust you in entrepreneurship the same way we trust you in our life. July comes. In the middle of July, right, beginning of July, we started getting phone calls from listen, one thing I put on my vision board, I wanted new partnership. We started getting phone calls from new partners. The city of Shepherd, shout out to Matthew Greer for using his, experience and trusting us to make him look good in the city of Shepherd. Then Google, another thing. Wow. While he was off, he was able to build a Google platform. And so if you're on here, if you have reached out to our business and connected with us through Google, listen, so many different things happen. And since the month of July, we have not stopped being busy. So I want to tell you, if you know for a fact that you didn't just conjure up a business because you're trying to outdo somebody, because you saw somebody else doing it, so you want to do better. And if you did that, I can't tell you how to follow this video. But you know for a fact you started that business because you felt in your heart it was time. I cannot, explain it no better. It was a certain type of instinct. I want to say the Holy Spirit. I'm going to tell you it was the Holy Spirit, but maybe you didn't know at the time. But you knew it was something in your heart that was telling you to try this, and you did it afraid. You were so afraid, but you did it afraid, and it worked. 6 months, it's worked. A year, it worked. And God will let you get so ingrained in it working effortlessly. He don't bring the test until you're in the middle of it, trusting him 100%. Now it's time to test your faith. Because listen, your faith is what fuels God. And your faith is what finances your future. So I want to encourage you, don't quit, don't give up, but you got to trust God. This has been a journey, probably one of the toughest journeys since I got married. Kids wasn't as tough as marriage and entrepreneurship. Because kids, I believe God has another anointing about that. It's another video. But marriage and business is very similar because I'm jumping into something I have no control over, but I got to trust God the entire way. So God bless y'all out there. Lions Den, for those who are on the Lions Den, VIP shout outs to you. Listen, I told you, always join the Facebook group because we're going to talk a lot in our regular platform about, integral, small, detailed things. But I will always stop in here, whether it's a live video or whether it's a, another video that I may do and drop it in here and drop nuggets. So if you're only on the Lions Den VIP and you're getting on our bi-monthly meetings, you're still missing something over here. Now, listen, if you're over here and you're in the Lions Den Facebook group and you're getting only the nuggets and you want more, join our VIP group because we're a family over there. I hold people accountable. Listen, if you watch the video and you've been held accountable by the Lions Den, drop a comment in here and say, hey, yeah, Bishop and Pastor T holds me accountable. They push me to the level. If you've been helped by the Lions Den, VIP, let them know what's going on over there. But I want to just say to all you guys out there, we're lions. We don't belong in jungles. That's a controlled environment. We don't belong in zoos. That's a controlled environment. We belong in the jungle. And the zoo is safe. They feed me all the time. They bring my food to me. But when I get into the jungle, I got to go hunt. And so that's why we always close out in a Lions Den, session. And we always say, happy hunting. God bless y'all. Have a good day. Talk to you later.